What's up, guys? Chris will be here at Cover 7. Hey, real quick, if you guys tailed me last week on this channel, you would have went 3-1. So my only loss, though, was I took UGA money line. Obviously, we know how that panned out there. Uh, I should have known better. Bama just owns Georgia. It is what it is. Let's get into it though. We got Vandy taking on Bama here. Vanderbilt actually getting 10 right now on the books. I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon. I believe this opened up at like 14 or 13. You can correct me down below if I'm wrong on that, but little money coming in on obviously Vanderbilt. But look, Vandy this year, I like Vandy. I think they're a good team, but the 5-0 looks nice. But if you dig into the stats here a little bit, they beat Charleston Southern. They beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is just absolutely terrible. They're without a coach currently. And then the win at South Carolina, in my opinion, obviously the most impressive so far for Vandy. The only problem is Lenore Sellers got hurt in that game, so you can take that one with a grain of salt. Nonetheless, I'm taking nothing away from Vandy. Clark Lee obviously knows what he's doing. He's a very good coach. He's the best coach they've had there since James Franklin. Hopefully he stays. I don't know. He's a Vandy homer. I've heard rumors about Florida. I don't know if that's true. You can let me know down in the comments if that's true or not. But Georgia State, they beat them 70-21. Then last week they beat Utah State 55-35. Started off a little slow in that game, piled it on in the second half though. Look, Vandy's kind of fun to watch, in my opinion. I like Diego Pavia. He's a good player. I like that he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's I want to say he's a little volatile. Sometimes he plays really good. Sometimes he throws a bunch of interceptions. Sometimes he doesn't play well. But he's really uplifted this program from a quarterback standpoint. Like, they have a chance in almost every game they play. You couldn't say that about Vandy up until just recently, honestly. Vanderbilt, most of my lifetime, has been a doormat, and I'm not trying to shit on Vandy, but very impressive what they've been able to do there. Outside of that, though, like the rushing attack, I have some questions about. Pavia is obviously leading the team in rushing, which I'm not usually a huge fan of when your quarterback has to lead your team in rushing, but he does have almost 300 yards on the year. He's averaging right around 6 yards per carry. He's got a couple scores as well. The tight end, Stowers, he's a very good player. He's their leading pass catcher. They got Trey Richardson. They got Sherrill, Hoskins, Brown. They got a couple other wide receivers that aren't too bad, but primarily this offense goes where Pavia goes, dude. That's just the bottom line. Defensively, they played pretty well this year. Vandy's defense has gotten better, like I mentioned, over the last couple of seasons. They have kept them in games before. Like I said, when you hold South Carolina just to 7 points now, I know there's no Lenora Sellers in that game, really, but they played well. And how does that fare against this Bama offense where you got elite receivers on the outside for Bama? Ty Simpson looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now, especially after that win after Georgia, and I'll talk about that in a minute. It'll be interesting to see how they stack up in this one. So on the other side of the ball, obviously, we got Alabama. And Bama, in my opinion, dude, what an impressive win on the road in Athens to beat Georgia for the first time there. And what, they hadn't lost since 2019. I mean, that's pre-COVID, dude. That's a long time ago. Bama looked good, especially that first half. They went out there and put foot to ass to Georgia. Now, I have a few questions, and I want to talk about Ty Simpson. Again, played unbelievable, in my opinion. This guy looks better than Garrett Nussmeier or Drew Aller or Cade Klubnik, the guys that we thought were going to be, lottery picks essentially for the NFL draft, if you want to go that far. This guy's right up there. I'd take him over any of those three right now, to be completely honest with you. He is playing that well. The pocket presence, the poise, the moxie, just the third down throws he made in that game, unbelievable, man. I was very impressed. Now, Georgia didn't have much pass rush on him, especially in the first half, but hats off to Ty Simpson, man. I didn't really know much about him until that game. I had watched him in Florida State game, but that Florida State game was just a weird, fluky game. Not that it matters now. Alabama's got the SEC title in their grasp and looking forward to that. Not that they can get there, I don't know. I mean, they got a long, brutal schedule here, but it'll be interesting to see. Outside of the quarterback, though, let's get into it here. Look, the rushing attack, which has surprised me this year. I thought Bama would probably lead the country in rushing almost. It's been a struggle. Now, they did run the ball for 127 yards against Georgia. Not great, not bad by any means, just enough. I know Jam Miller, he's back. It probably going to take him a little bit to get up to speed in that offense, but I believe they need to learn how to run the football a little better so they're not throwing the ball 40, 50 times here, right? Not that Ty Simpson can't throw the ball that much, but you don't want to become one-dimensional. On the outside, Bama's receivers are good, man. The Bernard kid he's a stud, dude. Ryan Williams, we know how talented he is. He's not had a great season so far this year, but he's a problem deep, man. I mean, I know he dropped the one long deep ball that he had, but he made a couple other plays in that game, which were pretty awesome. And then, like I said, Isaiah Horton's a good number 3, dude. This dude's really good. He'd be a number 1 on most teams in the country. Bama's receiving core, and then with Ty Simpson as accurate as he is back there, man, they're pretty lethal, I have to admit. So on the defensive side of the ball, Alabama this year has been more outside the Florida State game, and I know they played a couple cupcakes in between, but the Georgia game in particular, they've been pretty much a bend don't break. Now they gave up 7 yards a carry against Georgia, which is pretty ridiculous, but man, they locked it down inside the red zone, and that's what good teams do, man. And Bama did that. I expect the defense for Bama to continue to get better throughout the year under DeBoer and that coaching staff. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into who I'm taking here. Look, this line it moved down a little bit just since it opened. Like I said, I am recording this on a Sunday. This may change by the time you guys watch this. I'm going to take Bama, and I'm going to lay the points, whatever it is. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I haven't bet it yet, but nothing against Vanderbilt. And look, I know everybody's talking about, well, they beat them last year. They beat them last year. And it was a great story. After 30 years of getting their ass kicked by Bama, they come out and they beat the Alabama Crimson Tide last season. To me, that doesn't mean anything. If anything, this motivates Bama even more. By the way, this game is at home at Bryant-Denny. I actually see Bama rolling by 2 touchdowns here. I really do. Nothing against Vanderbilt, but Bama to me looks like after that Georgia game and the intensity that they played and the physicality that they played, look like they're on a mission right now. I wouldn't want to be playing Bama anytime in the future, and I'm just being completely honest, and I'm not a Bama homer by any means. But man, I was very impressed in that game, how they played and how they pretty much dominated Georgia, honestly, up front for the most part. Now, like I said, the defense a little sus, but I don't think you have to worry about Vandy running the ball a ton outside of Diego Pavia. So if they can control that, I think Alabama rolls here, guys. So with that being said, guys, I'll have a couple more videos coming out this week. Also, want to always say thank you for the support, the thumbs up. They're completely free. If you really like the content, please subscribe. Let me know what I can do better in the comments as well, guys. So with that being said, we'll see you next time.